after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're greater.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to pour it on. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
That'll back to PAT up from the 15 to the 20.
And with the advent of that rule, moving the PAT back to the 15-yard line to begin with, they were no longer kicking normal extra points, were they? They were kicking field goals. This is a longer field goal attempt for them, even though it's only for an extra point.
Now Mayfield. Flushed out right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
18-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Fred Warner in on the tackle.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Now it's Lockett. Look at the spin.
Balance.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way we could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks offense continues to pour it on.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is going to lose yardage here.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurting this moment. No.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just at the normal.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half. No quit in him.
0.
Open man is Samuel, complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Steps away to his left. He's going to and he's across for the touchdown. Too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon, extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Lockett the return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Complete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
On the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Xavier Howard.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Steven Nelson. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
The 20-yard line.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And right side, Henry's got it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way. Like,
look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he will not make it to the goal line. It's his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Mayfield's pass.
Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 49-yard line.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Derrick Henry bulldozes past him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
38-yard line.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.